Everyone should know. Give me the plural.
Fulus.
Fulus. Yeah, when you go for Hajj, fulus, fulus. Okay? So, talk about gold, dinar, dirham, silver, and everything else, brass, copper. They used to call it fulus. Okay? But here specifically we're talking about gold and silver, and today we're talking about money, paper money that we dealing with. It's really a very complicated issue, and for a long time the ulama are going to continue discussing. But we can limit the situation with money, okay, into three scenarios. Okay? Alright. First scenario. If the money gets cancelled. Does that happen? Yes. Okay? The president, the king, whoever it is, the government comes down and say, the money that you all guys using, we will cancel. Okay? We will deactivate. Whatever they want to call it. Now, if I lend you $1,000, that will be cancelled. Okay? Mr. Obama comes tomorrow on TV and he said we're going to cancel the American dollar. And we're going to create the new dollar, which is called dirham.
Euro.
No, you guys didn't hear about Canada and Mexico. Yeah. What is it called?
Americano.
Americo or America or whatever.
Americano.
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 Anyway, now if it happened that you lend me $1,000, American dollars. Now, Obama said it's cancelled. Now, when they cancel, usually this is just a fictional situation, but sometimes it happens. I give you where it happened. Usually, when they want to change the currency, they will give a notice, right? Usually, even if the due date comes and people do not use it in their transactions, you still can take it to the bank and they will change it for you, usually. So it's really very fictional and unrealistic situation. But one of the situations that it did happen in Iraq, that before the invasion, the second war, they had the dinar Iraq. Overnight, the government issues that no more. You cannot use it in the country anymore. Imagine those people whose business was currency exchange. They had millions. Okay? Imagine people who borrow, people who lend, and they issued a new currency. Now very much the new currency that they issued is photocopy. Actually what happened then is Uday and Qusay, Saddam Hussein's kids, they had the access to those printers. So they went and they printed. And they went into the market. Like they went into jewelry places and they bought all the gold in the market with copies. No. That became the currency in Iraq. The one that is used. That's why it dropped. The Iraqi dinar dropped from $3 to pennies, even less. You know, I saw with my own eyes people carrying bags of Iraqi dinars on the street, driving bags because of no work. All right. So that situation can happen. So what do we do in that situation? How do we pay back? All right. Now, the ulama said, if the currency is gold and silver, then this way you have to pay gold and silver. Because most probably that gold and silver, okay, they don't use that coin anymore. You go and you take it to a jeweler, he melts it for you, he makes you a jewelry, he makes you whatever, and you can get some closer to the value of it. All right. But when it's papers like that, you can do nothing about it. Okay, you can do nothing about it. And that is where the discussion is so long amongst the ulama, what we should do in this. So, if you borrow gold and silver, and coins of gold and silver, and we don't have that anymore, just to mention it because the ulama mentioned it, and then that currency is cancelled, then you still have to pay back the same amount in value. In value. يعني يرد المثل بالقيمة. مثل القيمة. Alright? So, if I borrowed 10 dinars of gold, those 10 dinars, if I was to melt them, they will give me this amount of money, then that is what you pay. Okay? Because still, even though it's cancelled, you still can get your money. Okay? From that gold. Now, what if what's cancelled is a fulus? Has no value if you melt it, you know, copper, brass, iron, whatever. So they said, now you pay the value. The value, okay? With the gold and silver, you pay the value of the gold and silver. With the fulus, you pay the value that it was worth, not the value of the weight of the copper. Now, a new question arises here.
How do you evaluate it?
How do I value it? Is it its value? Now here we're talking about a situation that it's cancelled. Is it its value when we borrowed or lend? Is it its value when it was cancelled? Or is it its value when I'm about to pay you? Alright, you see? Because these are three different values. Of course, it's not when I'm about to pay you because it's already cancelled, so it has no value. Alright? So that is where the difference comes. The two opinions. Its value when you borrowed it. Because maybe you borrowed, now let's talk about dollars then, because that's the same thing. You cannot just go melt the dollar, right? Unless it's silver or gold. You borrowed from me 5 years ago $1,000. Okay? 5 years ago, $1,000 is worth way more than $5,000 today. We all agree, right? Okay? So now it's time for you to pay me back. I ask and I say, listen, the 5,000, you can give me the 5,000 I lend you, but really it's not that worth. 5,000 then I could have bought a car. Today I can't buy a suit. Just in general, examples. Alright? Now the ulama have opinions here. Some of the ulama. Now this situation is not cancelled. Okay? In this situation, we're talking about fluctuation in value over time. What is that called in business?
Inflation.
Inflation. Alright? So, some of the ulama said, you are obligated to return the exact amount.
Even with a discrepancy?
With the inflation, you mean? Yes. Some of the ulama said that. Why? Because they said, money is mathaliyat. We count them. Until this point, I still did not mention money in there. Money is in qimiyat, meaning things that are valued, and their value change. 5 breads are 5 breads. Okay? And there the difference is very minute over years. But when we talk about dollars, when we talk about money, currency, over years it changed. Okay? Changed significantly. So that is why they did not count in mithliyat. Because mithliyat, what happens when you have to pay back? The exact you took. But with qimiyat, the things that have value in that sense, that we can value and their value changes, they said, so the other opinion said, you pay him back what it's worth today. It's an opinion, and it's very valid opinion. Okay?
But how do you decide how much it's worth right now?